Hey guys, welcome to another episode with me, Shashank Udupa. And in today's episode, I'm going to cover a topic which is basically how can you build your first portfolio. Now, there are a lot of things that a lot of people want to understand while building your first portfolio. So today, what we're going to do is what to do before building your first portfolio, how to build your first portfolio, and then what to do next. So in this video, we're going to talk about all of these, right? Now, before moving ahead, I want you guys to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button if you haven't done this already, because we keep posting some quality content on personal finance and investing every single week. Building your first portfolio is basically like a big milestone for everyone's financial journey. And a lot of us, what we do is we do not put much thought into it, right? When we try to build our first portfolio, you need to think about it a lot. And before thinking about what the portfolio should be, you should think about what you are as a person. And I'll tell you why that is the case, right? Now, the first and foremost thing that you need to do if you're a new investor is to understand the level of risk that you have, or the personal level of risk tolerance. Now, it is very vital for you, because if you understand the risk tolerance, you can create a portfolio accordingly. Now, what level of risk can you tolerate as an investor? Are you a person who takes less risk, or are you a person who takes more risk for more returns? So that is very important to understand. Now, there are 4 factors that determine your risk potential. One is the ability to take risk. Depending on your age, earning potential, and financial status, you can choose this. Next, the need to take risk. Do I really want to take risk right now? Depending on your financial goals, your rate of return of what you want to achieve, this is important. And the third part is willingness to take risks. Do I really want to take it, or can I not take it? Now, depending on your comfort level with risk, because sometimes I might be a person who gets panicked a lot very easily, right? Market crashes, oh my God, just sell everything. So for me, the willingness to take risk might be slightly lower. And finally is the time horizon, or time, right? Depending on how long you're looking to invest. Because see, if you're looking to invest for a very big goal, which is a short-term goal, then you don't want a very risky portfolio. You want money to just grow slowly. But if it's a long-term goal, you can take a little bit of risk, right? So these are the 2 things. Now, basically, there are very different ways to build a portfolio, and there are a lot of different methods to build a portfolio. But just to keep it simple in this video, I'm going to cover only 2 asset classes, which is fixed income, which is safe, and equities, which are risky, because there are a lot of other investments to get into as well. Now, depending on your tolerance level, we can go with roughly 3 types of portfolio. The first portfolio is a risk-averse portfolio, or I don't want too much risk-wala portfolio. Now, this is the type of portfolio that has major allocation towards fixed income, or FDs, because you're staying away from the risk, right? Now, equity is the risky part. Now, this should be basically 60 to 80% should be your fixed income or your FDs, and the balance should be slightly in the risky part of equities. And I'll show you an image also of how this works. And this is how the risk allocation, risk-averse portfolio looks in bad times, and this is how risk-averse allocation looks in good times. Now, the next portfolio that we will see is a balanced portfolio. Now, balanced portfolio is, as the name suggests, very simple, or the balancing risk and balancing returns. So here, usually people keep a 50-50 allocation, but you can also keep a 40-60 allocation towards the assets. Now, what is 40-60? Again, 40 for equities and 60 for fixed deposits is what we usually do. Third part is called risk-taking portfolio. Now, risk-taking portfolio is something where I am okay to take the maximum amount of risk, but I also want the maximum amount of return. So I'm comfortable taking a massive risk, and I'm okay with short-term losses as well. So here my allocation is slightly higher towards the equity side and slightly lower towards the fixed income side, right? And these are the 2 images that you can see as well, which is in good times and in bad times. One more critical thing to understand when you're creating your first portfolio is that you don't have to always maintain this initial allocation. Okay, imagine you do 60-40. You don't have to always allocate this in the same way. You can always recalibrate. You can always change depending on how the market is behaving, depending on how your risk tolerance is changing, depending on how your risk profile is changing over the time as well. Maybe now your risk profile is slightly lower, right? So you can change the allocation a little bit. But basically, a risk-averse person, a person who doesn't like risk, should maximize allocation to safe assets in good times. Okay, she should just keep it in safe assets and keep little bit of it in risky assets. But when you're seeing a bull run, then he should slightly remove that and put more into risky assets, because bull run, most of them make money. So in the good market, he should put slightly more exposure into the equity assets, which is risky. But in the bad market, he should put almost everything in the safe part, which is safe, right? So this is for risk-averse people. Now, in a bull run, a risk-averse, basically, I'm just giving you an example, should move his or her allocation of safe assets towards the lower bound, which is 60% in a bull run, and move towards the higher bound, 80% in a bad market. Okay, so this is what it is. Now, this was the first step with respect to risk. Now there's another step here. The second step is called diversification. Now diversification is also very important when it comes to building your first portfolio. Now it's very easy for new investors who don't understand how to do diversification. Mutual fund is the best route for you. Whether it's fixed income mutual funds or it's equity allocation mutual funds, mutual fund is damn good for this region. Why? Because mutual fund itself puts a good amount of emphasis on diversification, and they diversify a lot, and the returns are based on the fund manager's performance, so you can do your research on that as well. Now also it is very critical for you not to invest all your money in one mutual fund. I would say divide it into 4 or 5 different mutual funds. It will increase your diversification again. Now if the investor is now looking to go to the direct equity route, like I just want to go directly invest, then I would say spread your stocks across large cap, mid cap and small cap. Don't put everything in one cap category. And whether it is mutual fund or whether it is direct investing, there's one thing that is common, that you have to do your research before buying anything. Whether it's mutual fund, whether it's stock, you have to do sufficient amount of research and get confidence in the fund or in the stock, or else it's going to be very difficult for you. As I said, just to cover this situation, you need to do your research, whether it's direct investing into large cap stocks, mid cap, small caps, you do your research about the stock. And if it's a mutual fund, you do a research about the fund, about the category and about the top performing funds there as well. So what do you do next? It is very important for you to track your entire investment portfolio performance periodically and keep making changes. The reason why I'm saying this is because the market and the world around us keeps evolving and keeps changing. And this is why it's a good way to check your investment idea on a periodic basis, at least on a quarterly basis. Now, an investor building their first portfolio should not keep any hard expectations on performance. Everyone who starts investing for the first time is like, I want the best performance. Don't do that, because you're starting out. It is inevitable that you might do mistakes, and don't start expecting amazing returns or amazing performance immediately on day one itself, right? Because you will do mistakes. So just learn and try to create a balanced portfolio as much as possible. So guys, this was the entire video that we spoke about, where we spoke about how to build your first portfolio. We spoke about what to do next. We spoke about what you need to know before building your first portfolio and after. So I hope you learned a lot about portfolio building in this episode. And if you did, and if you liked what you learned, click on the like button, share this with your friends and subscribe, and keep following this channel as well, because there's amazing content coming out on this channel as well. Okay, this is me, Shashank Udupa, signing off. Take care. Bye.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing. Please read the risk disclosure documents carefully before investing in equity shares, derivatives, mutual fund, and or other instruments traded on the stock exchanges.